Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you're all doing good and you had an awesome week. And yeah, I've had a hectic week though. It's been busy. I've been trying to get some stuff done and everything. And yeah, we've been getting quite a bit done. And yeah, but how was your guys' week? Sora, ready to learn. That's awesome, brother. We're going to be covering a very much requested video today, which is how do you add sparkles to the diamonds? How do I do it? I'm going to take you guys through my workflow, kind of how I do this stuff. And yeah, I'm going to take you guys through that. I know a lot of the videos that I've done, I just copy and paste the effects. But today we're going to basically take it from scratch and show you guys the layers that I render out. It's already rendered though. We're not going to do the rendering part of it, but layers I've rendered out and importing it into After Effects, and then yeah, then we're gonna add the magic. But Sora, how are you doing, brother? Sorry, I just had some popcorn now, so excuse me for eating in between. I don't have much time today to eat. So can you record a video and upload it in your channel? We cannot see because of your display popping. What do you mean, brother? What do you mean by my display is popping? The J, how's it? By the way, this will be saved on the channel as well. I'm not sure what you're meaning by the display is popping. But yeah. So without any further ado, let's jump in. Let's jump in and let's see what we're kind of working with here. So yeah, for the guys on Instagram, if you want to follow along and kind of see the things, you'll have to head over to YouTube. If you're just here just to look at the process or just support the channel, awesome, then you're more than welcome. You'll see the end results on Instagram. But if you actually want to see what I'm doing, you'll have to head on over to YouTube where you can see the entire screen. So here we kind of have everything. Actually, I'd just like to keep it like this, because here we basically have a ring that's been rendered out in a bunch of layers I like to render it out in TIFF format. But you can use EXR as well. I've actually never rendered out to VXR. It's something I want to play with actually. Then I've got my main layer. Obviously, this is the one that has your denoise and all those other image of styles and effects. If you have sharpening on, or color correction or curves or whatever the case may be. This is where that happens. And we've got our gems layer, so that we're going to use as well as our metal layer to create our masks. Then I've got 3 additional layers for this one. This one's also going to be a transparent video, so it's kind of like a 2-in-1. So this has the reflection pass as well as the refraction pass. And these are options that you tick in Keyshot. You don't have to set up layers for them, but they will work on that. That's why I have the gems in the middle. Then I have the shadow pass. It's because it's going to be a transparent video. So yeah, let's hop on over into After Effects. All right. So, once we're in After Effects, what I like to do, turn on over to Project, new folder. We're doing ring number 4 here. So, I'm just going to do this. Have one, because this video has 2 separate pieces to it. 2. All right. Now I'm going to import these files. So we're going to go to and frames. And then I'm gonna bring these in, right? So I'm gonna bring in the main layer, bring in the gems, the metal. Just make sure your TIFF sequence or whatever sequence is selected here. Bring that in. I don't know if we'll need the reflection pass, to be honest. We'll see. I like to have both. If the one doesn't work, I take the other one. I'm gonna drop this into our pass here. So now, take my main one. I got my layer set up. So this is kind of the ring that we're gonna be doing. You can see we got a couple of highlights there. I'm sure it'll create some nice sparkles and everything. So what I like to do is here we bring in our mask layers. And I'm going to be setting a matte, or first put a hue adjustment on this. And then take all the saturation away, make it pure white. Let's just copy this and paste it for the metal. So we have something like that going. Then I'm gonna duplicate here. I'm gonna call this gems, and I'm gonna call this one metal. I'm gonna set a matte for them. I think you can set the matte through here as well. Actually, I've never tried that. Let me actually see. Set matte. I've never tried setting the matte that way. I just want to see. Yeah, it doesn't do anything when I set the matte like that. Oh, wait, there we go. That was the problem. So, okay, that also works, I guess. Look at me learning something new. So, I'm just gonna have it like that. And then we'll bring this just a slight curve on it. And then let's set this matte to gem. And let's just quickly see. The gems actually don't really need much adjustment to them. Maybe a little bit of a... Just take a little bit there, a bit white. We'll just take them a little down. Oh wait, they're not even visible. Oh wait, that's not the way to do it. Just make them slightly darker. Yeah, I think something like that will work. And then once I have that done, this is where the fun comes in. I'm going to draw in my refraction layer. I'm going to set the map to the gem. Oh, well, it's not really necessary to set the matte. I'm going to put a levels adjustment on it. And I'm going to be putting the star glow adjustment on it as well. So what this is going to do, as you can already see, okay, it's going completely bonkers now. But we're going to up our threshold. And I'm working in a 32-bit workflow. And so if your threshold can't go above, I think it's 155, it might be that you're working in a lower bit rate or lower bit rate. Like if you check here, if you go to edit or file, where was it again? I think it's in file, project settings, yeah. So I'm working in a 32 bits per channel. And this is why I have the levels here, because that's even with the threshold that high, there's still too much happening. And that's where the levels adjustment comes in. Then you start adjusting your input on the white. And this is going to drastically reduce the amount that you have. And then you start just playing with that. So I just want here and there. It's still a bit much. Let's try taking it up to 1.89. Still a bit much. Let's go to 2.7. And this is you're gonna have to play with this. Sora, I'm doing good, brother. I'm glad to see you doing good as well. This is a bit better. So I'm leaving it at this weird color now because it's a bit easier to see. I want to take it up just a little bit. So let's try like 2.25. Just a little bit. And let's save this thing as well, because I do not want to redo this thing. Alright, cool. So now I got that more or less sorted. I'm gonna go over to here and I'm gonna select White Star 1. And now I gotta play around with the sizing of them. I'm also not really a fan of how they're doing all of them at once. So maybe let's bring this sizing down to like 8. And then I want to boost the light on these a bit. I know it sounds a bit contradicting. The reason I want to do that is I'm going to actually add a blur on here. A Gaussian blur of like maybe say 5. Let's just take the source away. Okay, so it's not that noticeable now. So I'm gonna increase this brightness. Maybe let's put it at 20. That might be too bright. Actually not. It's just a little bit of a subtleness happening. And yeah, by the way, once you work in 32 bits, it is extremely RAM intensive. So just keep that in mind. Hey, Dark Progressor, how are you doing? Oh, Progressive, sorry. How you doing, brother? Hey, Alex. How you doing, my brother? Alright, cool. So I'm kind of happy with that. It's just a subtle. I mean, these are small diamonds. I'm not going to go haywire on the glaze. There's a pendant that we're going to be doing that I think will have pretty nice glaze. So this one's basically sorted. I'm now dragging the shadow layer over here. And, well, that's a problem. But that's fine, we can sort that out. We'll pre-compose this. And then let's just go in here. Exploring the darkest. How's it, brother? So, only thing I'm gonna do here, I just want to remove this black. I'm gonna go into new, solid. And that's fine. And I'm just gonna mask out that area in the back. Because it is kind of annoying. And I generally like to do these edges here as well. And there is a good reason for it. Oh, wait. That actually does not look too good. Because we're gonna need a levels adjustment on here first. And let's just bring this back to like A. Just so we have the shadow here. We don't want it going off screen and everything. And then we can bring these masks back. And then, yeah, let's have a look here. Let's add a new solid. We'll do a black solid. All right, and we're gonna set the matte to the shadow, Luma matte, invert it, so that we have our transparent video. And what I'm going to be doing as well, just to make it easier to see kind of what this would look like on a white background, I'm just going to add a white solid, just so we can kind of get an idea. And that shadow's looking a bit dark for me. So I'm actually going to go and just down the opacity here. It's not working. It's not doing it. Anything? I don't know what it is doing something. There we go. And yeah, and we have our shadow. Not a huge shadow or anything. Just a very basic shadow. On the clue. And then I want to bring in the second part of the video. As this part is done, just want to save. Hey Shred, how you doing, brother? That new video of yours looked pretty nice, by the way. Okay, let's bring in the next part here. We're doing number 2. I'm actually going to skip on the reflection. I'll just bring in the refraction for this one. So I'm not going to need the reflection. Okay. All right. I think that's looking good. And then we're going to follow the same process. We're going to do this, but instead of me going back and actually redoing all of this stuff I've already done, I'm just going to copy these effects and put them on here. Go gems, go metal. We'll set this matte to there, set this matte to there. And I'm just going to copy the levels from these gems onto here. And copy the layers from this one onto the middle. It's a slight adjustment, nothing crazy. I must say, I probably chose the worst thing for this video, actually. But it's fine, we're going into a pendant as well after this one. Let's bring in the refraction layer. And now I'm going to go copy the same effects that I had from this refraction. I'm going to paste it on here. Let's just see if we got anything going. Sometimes Starglow does this. I have to repaste everything. Okay, maybe my threshold is too high for this one. That is a bit much. I'm gonna make these ones a bit bigger. They're not too bright. How does one view the live chat at YouTube? It never opens up for me when I'm watching your streams from YouTube. Brother, I'm actually not 100% sure. It's supposed to open up. I'm actually not sure why it doesn't pop up. Because I'm watching it from, I'm monitoring the chat from my Streamlabs. So I'm actually not sure why it's not popping up. Alright, so let's go and see kind of what it looks like on the thing. Nothing too crazy. It is a bit much. So we'll just increase this to like 1.75. Like it looks like a lot now because it's moving slowly. But as soon as you speed it up, it actually starts going. I just want to see here. So this is one method of doing. There's another method I'm currently experimenting with that uses DaVinci with one of their built-in stuff. And yeah, we'll see. I still need to play around with it. I haven't played around with it enough to be comfortable with it. But it looks super promising. Because not only does it give you the glares, it's able to give you the colored glaze as well in between, the different colored glaze everywhere. And that's something I've been busy trying to figure out how it's done for so long. Some of you that's been following the channel for quite some time, you'll know it's been something I've been struggling for quite some time to figure out, because there's nowhere on the internet where they tell you how to do that. And once I'm comfortable and happy with the results, I'll definitely be sharing that on how to do that as well. All I can say now is you're using DaVinci Resolve. Okay, let's bring in this white solid from here. Just to kind of see what we're working with. I'm just curious. I want to see how this thing does with S-Glare. Glare. Now this is a software by Sapphire, Boris Sapphire Effects. Or Boris Effects. This is Sapphire. And I'm curious to see what it would look like. But in my experience, Boris has been a little bit annoying, to say the least. Hey, that's awesome, brother. Yeah, no, HDRI is like, I get it. A lot of people send me messages and asks me to send my HDRIs and everything. And the reason I don't do that is because you're not going to learn anything from it. HDRI, there's no one HDRI that looks good on everything. At least I haven't been able to make one. I sat the other day trying to make one and I got pretty close. But it still doesn't work with every design. And just using an HDRI that somebody sends you, yeah, you can have a look at how it is, but try and create your own. Because that way you're going to start seeing what works and what does what. And you're going to get more comfortable doing that. And once you know how to create HDRIs, then you don't even have to go download them. You can just create them. And your quality of work is gonna increase drastically. So, first of all, why am I not seeing glares? Okay. There are So we're getting some colors with this one as well, which is interesting. I did not know that happens. So I just want to decrease the size to maybe around 50. And then we'll up the brightness of it. Source opacity 0. Where's my brightness again? Oh, here at the top. So Boris effects actually looks pretty nice. And it's giving us colors as well. If I look at, yeah, it's actually giving us some colors as well, which is amazing because we usually don't see the colors. Let's try it there. But it's a bit much, so let's up the, no, not the brightness. Let's up the threshold even more. Even more? I don't even know to what it can go. So let's find a scene where it's too much, right? So it's just a subtle one here and there. Let's increase the brightness for that even more. And let's blur it ever so slightly. And then I want to actually put the radio thickness down a bit. It was a Chrome extension hiding it. Hey, brother. No, that's cool, man. That's cool. I'm glad you figured it out. All right, so this is interesting. Boris Sapphire actually gives us a little bit of colors as well. It's just their glaze looks so artificial to me, though. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining things, but let's up the blur. And yeah, I think that should be good. Because we're getting that blurry, or that thing here and there. It's just this one scene, we're getting a bit much of them. Like, it looks horrible like this, but if you zoom it out a bit, it doesn't look as horrible. Let's just up the brightness to like 5. And I don't know, this compared to this here. Starglow, there's just, it's like, it's something that, and I can't put my finger on it, but it doesn't look as artificial as Boris. What if we were to run both of them together? Bit too much, eh? Yeah, I think that's too much. I just don't know what it is with Boris that looks so artificial, though. Maybe I should try adjusting the angle as well on this stuff. So like 45. I think that already improves it. Something as simple as just changing an angle a bit. Maybe we stick with Boris, because it's giving us the colors, I don't know. I'm very curious to see how it would look on this one then now. If I were to duplicate this, delete all of this stuff, and get the Boris in here. How would that look on this one? Although I don't think this one it'll do anything because the threshold on this one was much higher, much lower. Oh, we're getting something. Only here and there. Now, Okay. So let's drop down the thing to about 6 and see what we're working with. I don't know if Boris is the way to go. Maybe it's just because it's not bright enough. I don't know. Let's try doubling the brightness, see. No, that looks terrible. 7? I don't know what it is. Maybe the size. And then let's take the threshold blur up a bit. Oh, wow. Okay, so threshold blur is not working. Not for that, at least. And I know you can convolve it, which I don't really understand what convolve always means. It kind of like blurs it and makes it thicker. But then I'm not seeing anything happening with convolve on. Unless we drop this to like a 5. And maybe make the brightness like 13. Yeah, no, let's not. Let's put this back to 6. Kind of see what we're working with. Oh wait, turn convolve off. I don't know if this is the thing to do, eh? How can I be as creative as you? Hey, brother, it's literally just sitting, putting in some time, trying to figure shit out. Creativity. This isn't really creativity. This is me sitting, trying to figure shit out, which nobody shares or nobody posts online. There's no videos about it, so the only option is to go sit and try and figure this shit out. But yeah. I think I still like the Star Glow more, to be honest. The Star Glow just looks so much better. I don't know what it is, even though the Boris has the colors, but yeah, no, let's go to Star Glow. I think let's get rid of the Boris here, and let's just stick to the Star Glow. It looks much nicer in any case. Alright, so I need to remove this. I don't know why I did this whole black solid thing here, if I could have just gone and technically speaking, I don't even need the shadow layer either. But that would mean that I might need to adjust the opacity on that one. There we go. All right, cool. So this one's done. This one, we don't really have to remove the opacity. It doesn't have too harsh of a shadow. It's got a nice soft shadow. Awesome. So let's save this so that if we crash, we don't have to end up doing everything from scratch. Now comes the hard part. Getting this thing as a transparent video. I've only found one way. So, first thing we're gonna do is we are going to civil, to be honest, I do not know why. I don't know why they need it transparent. I think they're planning on reusing the videos on other marketing stuff so they can put it on different backgrounds. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is creating transparent videos is an unnecessary pain in my ass. So, but it's fine. We get it done. What am I eating? Popcorn? Yeah. I had some popcorn made before I came up and streamed, so I'm chewing on some popcorn because I didn't have much time to eat today. So let's quickly pre-compose all of this. Actually, wait. Let's untick, no. Let's untick the white background and then pre-compose it. All right. So this is part 1. No, this is part 2. Sorry. Part 2. Okay. Now we can take this one here. And we can just get rid of the shadow. We don't need it. We can just pre-compose this here as well. Yeah, QuickTime, I haven't found a way with QuickTime to do it. So the only way I've managed to do it is through Apple ProRes 4444. And maybe there's another way, but I couldn't find anything on it. So I had a friend of mine actually help me figure out what exactly helps with that. So this is part 1. All right. So what I'm gonna do what is this? Oh, I'm smelling a fire. I've got part 1. Part 2 is here, but why is it not as part 2 yet? Part 2. Okay, so I'm gonna make a folder that says post. I'm gonna try if this works. The last time I tried this, it didn't want to work. So we're gonna try it out and see. So in post, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new composition. I'm gonna say, okay, I wanted 15 seconds. I wanted 30 frames. That's fine. I'm gonna hit OK. I'm gonna bring in my part 1. And I'm gonna bring in my part 2. And then I'm gonna bring this thing to about 7 seconds. And in here, in transform, I'm just gonna go to the 7-second mark. Just make sure this aligns with 7 seconds. And I'm gonna add an opacity node here. And I'm going to add another opacity one here. No, 0. I'm just gonna hit F9 so it easy eases. And I'm gonna do the same thing for this one here. No, so this is not a Cinema 4D render. This is a Keyshot render. I'm actually gonna bring this down to 0. Add a keyframe. I'm bringing it up to... Oh, actually, I should have added 0 here. And then taken this one and made it 100. And let's easy ease this. And then now, we should see some transition action. Yeah. There we go. And we got this one going to about there. Great. So now, this was the part I was struggling with the other day. Was taking this composition and rendering it with the transparent background. For some reason, if I did it this way, it kept on adding a background. So I'm gonna try now and see, maybe I just did something wrong and it was something stupid that was going on. But I'm gonna try this now. So, over here in Media Encoder, and I'm not seeing my composition. Add to Media Encoder queue. Why am I not seeing something happening? Alright, wait, there's something I actually have to do before I... Let's delete these two. And, oops. Let's delete this one as well. There's something I actually completely forgot about. I need to make this in a 1080. There we go. All right, perfect. Now I can add it to Media Encoder queue. I see it takes a while. I thought it's not responding, but it just takes a while. Okay, there we go. So QuickTime? Oh, okay, right. You were right, actually. It is QuickTime. But it's an Apple ProRes 444 with alpha. So, what I'm gonna tell this thing... Okay, now it's actually doing it. 8-bit plus alpha. Awesome. Well, that's actually working. Interesting. Last time I tried it this way, it did not want to work. Final. And then let's say for stack ring. Does it take a lot longer than other formats to export? I don't think so. I don't know, actually. Let's play it and see. It does take some time. Yes. I just don't know why it's doing that. Maybe it's just not... Hopefully, it does take a couple minutes. It won't take 5 minutes, but it does take a couple minutes. But while that thing's busy, let's bring in the next folder here, which is going to be the necklace. I still need to render out the second part of that necklace thing. I don't know. But I'm keen on checking the first part. So let's bring it gem metal. I'm gonna bring in the reflection and the refraction for this one, because I might end up using the refraction of the reflection if the refraction is not enough or too small. But while that's busy, let's have a look at the necklace. Oh, those diamonds are so small, I don't even know. This is rendered in 1920 by 1920, but the diamonds are so small. But let's see where we got to work with. Right, let's pull this in here. Let's go into part 1. Let's just copy this hue and saturation. Let's paste it in here. And then, yeah, let's have a look. So we're gonna duplicate this twice. Gonna have a gems one, and we're gonna have a... No, I don't want to duplicate it again. I'm gonna have a metal one. So let's set that to gems, set that to metal. And then, on the metal, seeing that it's gold, we might actually end up using the same thing we did here for the metal. Maybe slightly more, I don't know. Oh, geez, that's what I wanted to do. Nah, I think that's fine. I'll just bring the levels in for the gems. Just make them so they're not, like, super white, you know? Like, I know everybody thinks it looks good in super white. Honestly, I think it looks like shit. Because gems aren't supposed to be super white. According to me, at least. But I guess that's subjective on how you want your things to look. Alright, let's see what's happening on the glaze side of this one. Let's bring in the refraction. Bring in the levels. And let's bring in Star Glow. Wait, actually, I might just copy Star Glow from here. Alright, so we got a lot going on with Star Glow, which is fine because these are pretty small. But we're gonna increase these levels just a little bit. I'm gonna keep the streak length at like 8. Just maybe bring down the brightness. We're getting some nice little glaze here and there. I don't know if you guys can see that. But it's giving us some nice glaze here and there. I think that looks pretty nice. Let's just add a new solid. Just for interest's sake. Can we use 2 environments simultaneously in Keyshot, one for metal and another one for diamond? No, we can't. Unfortunately, Keyshot has not implemented that feature, even though I think it would be an amazing feature for them to actually implement. Especially for the jewelry side. I don't know how focused Keyshot is on developing their software for jewelry specifically. Because they've implemented very few things that actually helps with jewelry or that progresses what we're doing with jewelry visualization forward. So I don't really know if the jewelry industry is in their considerations or anything. I think that's looking pretty nice. I want to try and find a way to quickly make this a bit bigger for you guys so you can have a look. But I think the glares are looking pretty nice. It's just here and there. What might make it easier is if I add like a black background. So let's quickly add a black background just for interest's sake. It's gonna look horrible on a black background, but just for interest's sake, you can kind of see the glaze. It looks like much. It is probably a bit much. But I mean, there's like 100 and something stones on each link. Yeah, that shadow. By the way, if you guys ever want to do a transparent background render and you want to do it on something on a dark color, this white shadow you're seeing here, that is caused by when your environment, the background environment is set to white instead of black. So if whenever you want to do this on a darker color that's not white, it's going to cause that. So that's a pretty interesting thing. Like, let's take a dark blue, for instance, right? Like, let's say you want to do a color background like this. Then you see this white, and you don't want that. You want like a black. Then just ensure in your Keyshot, right, that your environment color is set to black. And your ground shadows is set to black as well. Because if you don't do that, it's going to create this white stuff. It took me a while to figure that out and why it's happening, but yeah, eventually that was the issue. I feel like Keyshot has slowed down a bit with updates. I feel like they're adding optimization features on new, which is nice, but new features would be lovely. Yes. No, definitely. I would say the progressive denoise was a good addition with the 2024.3 update. Now, they say that rendering is quicker with physical lights. I'm not too sure. I'm not feeling a big, how can I say, improvement in the speed when it comes to physical lights. I don't know if my machine's just too weak for it. I mean, I got 3 machines rendering at the same time. And one of them's got a 4090, the other one has a 4070 Ti, and the other one's a 3080. But I'm not seeing the speed increase when it comes to physical lights. How to get metal to look realistic like art pics? Brother, I don't know how they do their metals. I know sort of, but not entirely. Like, if I take my metals that I create, it doesn't always look like theirs. I do add scratching. So if we take this one, Oh wait, I know what that is. I know why that's happening. Thanks for letting me know. I actually know why that's happening. So NVIDIA broadcast, is it still cutting? Can you guys hear me, or is it still cutting? Oh, geez. Okay. So, I know what that is, because I'm actually using something from NVIDIA Broadcast. So it has this studio voice thing, which they say don't use when with high-end GPU intensive apps. And obviously I unpaused the render. So I think that was what was happening. Is there a way to set the number? No, there's not a way to set that you're only using a certain percentage. Can you teach us how to edit renders where your yellow gold metal is combined with white rhodium? Oh, so what I was basically saying with the metal to look a bit more realistic, the key to realism is basically to add surface imperfection. And obviously it's also to do with the quality of your model. Like I smooth my models a lot, and it's basically just you need to soften hard edges, because that also improves the looks of your thing and how the reflections look. But yeah, and then it's just about adding these subtle imperfections. I mean, like I've got these imperfection maps that I get from Grayscale Gorilla. And just drag this down. So I got like these maps. I think I've got this one applied. I'm not too sure which one it was. It was one of these. But just subtle, and then I use a color to number just to make it a little less drastic. And then you can add these fine scratches and stuff. And those are all things that helps your metal look more realistic, is when you have those kind of things going on. Like, yeah. I hope that helps. I don't know exactly how ArtPix does their metal. Also something that I know is Octane's metal, which I think ArtPix uses. They either use Octane or they use, there's another one, I can't remember the name. But even just with Octane, for some reason, metal looks different in Octane. And to me, it looks better. But damn, is Octane so freaking complex, and it's got such a steep learning curve to it. And yeah, I would tell people go and learn Octane instead of Keyshot. You're going to get a lot more value for money in any ways. You got a lot more flexibility. You can choose whether you want to use it with Blender, which is free. I think actually there's a free version of Octane that you can use with Blender. You don't have to buy it. You can choose if you want to use it with Cinema 4D, whatever thing you're comfortable with. I think there's even Octane for Rhino. I'm not too sure. But yeah. Keyshot is very user-friendly and easy to learn, but difficult to master. Yes, I did get some medals from 3D Jewels. To be honest, I don't use their medals. I did use them at a point, and if I'm not mistaken, they have occlusion in their material graph, and I stopped using their medals and I just created my own because it's so simple to do. The way I've created my medals, instead of using a metal material, I just use an advanced material, put the diffuse on black, put the specular or whatever color I want to achieve, whether it's gold, rose gold, or silver, which is white, and just up the refraction index to 10. And that's been the best thing that I've used on the advanced material, and it's similar to what they did. So I kind of learned how they set up that material from their materials, but I don't use their materials anymore, if that makes sense. So let's I just want to position this thing right again, because it's like taking up more screen space than it should. So this one is essentially, I think this one's done. It's very easy to use, and it also takes less time to learn. Yes, that is true. It's easy to use and easy to learn how to use it, but to master it, that takes some time. You're 100% right there, brother. They've got awesome tutorials. They've done great stuff with it. Will Gibbons have done amazing in teaching people how to use various different parts of Keyshot. I'm still saving up to buy one of his materials masterclass, because I feel like that's one area I'm still lacking is material creation. And I'd really love to know more on how to make my own materials and understanding the material graph like thoroughly, which I only understand like maybe 30 or 40% of it at this point. Okay, yeah, this one's done. So let's bring in the next part. I don't know if I'm going to use the next part though. I still need to decide, but let's bring it in and just see what it looks like. Yeah, post-production, everybody locks it behind a course. And even though I would have loved to make money off of the knowledge, because I spent a lot of time figuring shit out, but to be honest, the only reason I don't have a course is because I don't have the time to sit and record a quality thing. If I'm going to sell something to someone, I want to make sure it's quality and they're getting value for what they're paying for. Much more value than what they're actually paying. I mean, if you're paying $100 or $200 for a course, I want to make sure that thing feels like it should be $1,000 worth. Brother, environment rotation is easy. You just right-click on your environment and say rotate environment animation. You set up the animation in Keyshot. That's super simple. You know what? Maybe what I'll do is all these small things. Do me a favor, guys. If you're not following me on Instagram, right? Or you know what? I'll do even one better. I'm busy setting up a Discord server. Right? I want you guys to put all of these small things, like how to set up an environment rotation thing. Put it for me. I'll create a channel there for just quick, short video things. And I'll try and record quick, short videos. Because, I mean, that's like a 30-second video. And then I'll post that in there as well. And on YouTube and all those kind of things. All these small little things that, you know, how to create how to create gold materials. How to set up the different colors of gold. Obviously, from experience, I've found that no two clients of mine have the same idea about how their gold should look. So I've got one that I use as a base. And then I just work from there. We usually go either more red or more saturated or less saturated, or maybe a little bit more yellow than orange, or we go a bit more orange than yellow. So I've got a base that I work off of, and I'll make some quick videos on that. I think I can start doing that. Is that something you guys would want to have, like a channel on Discord where you can do like these, call it video requests, but it has to be something that's short. I can't spend an hour and a half or two recording a video and editing up to be 30 minutes, because that also takes another hour and a half or something. I just don't have the time right now to do that. All right, cool. I'll set up something and I'll announce it on my Instagram, the link and stuff for the Discord. I just have to figure out how to set up all the permissions and all of that stuff, because I haven't done that in a while. Unless one of you guys know how all that stuff is done and you actually want to help doing that. Because I have no idea. I'm going to have to go and figure it out again. This close-up, let's see how it's gonna look. I don't know how this video is gonna look, honestly. I felt like I needed to redo this part of the video, because it's basically something like this. I honestly don't know, because in the, yeah. Do any of you actually know how to use the Discord permissions and all of that stuff to set up the roles and the channels and all of that stuff? Do you have it in the... Does any of you know how to do that properly? Because if you do, maybe inbox me and we can get that done quicker than me sitting trying to figure shit out. Because the quicker I can get that done, then we can get that going. And I think it would be nice to also kind of have like a community where people can share stuff that they figure out. Will Gibbons used to have one, but yeah, he closed his Discord a while ago, or last year, which was unfortunate because I learned a lot from that Discord. But who knows, maybe we can take the reins on that and create a community of our own. Brother, he didn't have the time to run the Discord and monitor everything, and the problem is, Will Gibbons' core, he got a bit famous, so to speak, in the visualization space. I mean, yeah, it's a real, how can I put it, thing that he became popular in that space. And then he attracted a lot of attention. And then obviously with a lot of attention, you get your trolls and your hackers and your spammers. And I think he just didn't have enough time to manage the community and moderate it anymore. Because just before he closed it, there was a lot of spammers and trolls and scammers posting links and trying to fool people. And yeah, it just became a headache. But yeah, that's unfortunately the sad world we live in. We always get people trying to ruin something cool that was built. Oh, I reported the reflection instead of the refraction. Could you please tell me how to export alpha transparent PNG video after enhancing from Topaz Video AI? Brother, I wish I could. I have no idea. I've only used Topaz AI to upscale videos. I have no idea how you're going to export a transparent video on it. You're going to have to, my best guess would be you're going to have to find a format that supports an alpha. I don't know if Topaz has that. I haven't had the need to do that yet, so I haven't even tried to figure that out. But tell you what, the day I need to do that, and I figure it out, I'll make a video about it. How does that sound? Okay, so let's bring in... These refractions, actually, I think they're gonna go absolutely bonkers on this one here, but let's see. Is this working? No, it's not. Alright, so we're gonna have to increase this to like 15, maybe 20. Maybe even bigger, 30. Increase brightness, question mark. And let's bring up the levels here. We're gonna do the brightness even more. 50? Oh wait, that's the streak length. Sorry. 50? Let's kind of see what it looks like. And then we're gonna have to add a Gaussian blur to this one. Gaussian blur. Just a slot one. Yeah, no problem, brother. If I figure it out, I'll make a video, but I have not had the need to do that yet. Not for transparent stuff anyways. So this one might be an ideal one to try out with that Boris. Why I'm saying that is we might actually get some nice colors with it. Glare. Let's try and bring the glare in here. And yeah. Tell me, are there any of you here that does on-body rendering or tried on-body rendering before? Not videos, but images. Or even if you did videos. Is there any of you here that actually have done it or know how to do it? If you have, and you know how to do it, send me a DM with what you've done on it, or some of the results that you've achieved. Okay, let's see here. So the threshold's gonna have to go up, and then obviously that's gonna come down. Threshold's gonna go up. We're gonna have to reduce the size to about 60. We'll up the brightness to about 5. No, 5 is way too much. And just blur it ever so slightly. Yeah, it's a pleasure, brother. Which video are you referring to, though? Oh, man. Even higher. See, so I need the thickness to be a bit more. So the one reason is I've got a lot of on-body renders that I have to do, and I might be looking for some help depending on the quality that can be provided. So that's kind of why I'm asking, because I've got a project where there's 450 rings that each need on-body renders in 3 different metal colors. And it might happen that each 450 rings should be on 2 different on-body scenes. So you're looking at 1,800 on-body images. And I might need some help with that. Yeah, it's a pretty big project. We're busy doing the CAD for it. And then after that, I'm doing all the commercial renders already. And then I need to do on-bodies as well, because we're doing commercial renders, turntable videos, as well as on-body for it. And yeah, I might need some help on the on-body stuff. It was a solitaire plain gold? What do you mean, brother? Oh, a solitaire in plain gold. I'm not too sure which video that is. What did I show in the video? Maybe that'll give me an idea. What resolution do I render at? Well, it depends on what the client requests. So mostly for websites and so, I do either 1080p or 1920p. I had an auto one now that's basically 2000 pixels by 2000 pixels. I'm doing the images same as that. But usually I don't do images less than 1920 by 1920. I've done images up to 8K. Actually, I've done a 16K image that was going to be printed on this massive banner. That was a long time ago. I remember it took me like 4 hours to render out, because I didn't know at the time that as you increase your resolution, you can decrease your samples. So I was rendering out at 16K something at 5,000 samples, which took unbelievably long. But most of the time it's 1920 by 1920, unless otherwise requested. I think this should look good. I just feel like these things, you know, they're not making that nice sharp thing. I don't know if it'll help choosing a different preset, because this is the one I'm using now, but it's not really giving me the effect that I'm looking for. Unless we're going with something different. Bittersweet, I don't know what that is, but okay. That's that weird thing. Bittersweet's not doing anything. Yeah, no, for viewing on the phone and stuff, 1920 is fine. 1920 by 1920 is fine. You can maybe go up to 4K, because basically 1920 by 1920 is, well, I think that's almost 2K, or that's just, I don't really know what it classifies as. But for social media and websites and all that, it's not, you won't need to go higher than 4K. 4K is the absolute biggest I think you have to go on it. No, that looks absolutely terrible. Let's just keep what, I think let's just keep to Starglow. Starglow just looks much cleaner. The one that had to be printed, man, it was something I did so long ago, and it was actually terrible. I can show it to you. I've got it here on my hard drive. I discovered it the other day. Let me show you what it was. But it was actually terrible. It's I'm talking about something I did 2 years ago on a black background, and yeah, it wasn't that great. Let me find it here real quick. I think this was one of them. Yeah, you can see it was terrible. But yeah, well, this is actually, I don't know if this was, let me just see the resolution for this thing. Okay, so I don't know how many, if that's 8K or whatever that is, or is that 4K? I'm not too sure. Compared to my current work, yes, this is shit. You don't have to sugarcoat it, brother. But yeah, this was like 2 years ago, and I did a couple of them. I did this one as well. These tennis bracelets, and it was shit. I don't have to sugarcoat it. It is shit. And there was this one as well. Yeah, this one was a bit closer up. So yeah, no, it's not great. But I mean, even if I look at the videos I was doing back then, it wasn't great. Like, let me pause the music here real quick. I mean, this was a video that we wanted to do. But yeah, this is also, what, 2 years ago? The metal and everything just looked horrible, but yeah. So, yeah. we all start somewhere. Like, the video, the concept behind the video and the lighting wasn't that terrible, but the metal was terrible. Like, I kind of like this scene, how it did this whole thing here. But yeah, the lighting was okay here and here, but the metals and everything is just horrible. But my most viewed video on YouTube actually was for the same company. I don't know. To me, it's not as nice as of a video, but this one is still my most viewed video on YouTube. And there was so many problems with it. You can see the noise in the background, and I tried to use stuff to make it less, but you can kind of see all the noise happening and everything. But yeah. So yeah, the flickering, even here, like here somewhere my environmental rotation stopped. And I did this video when I still had my 1080. And I remember this thing rendered for like, I think 38 hours, rendering all of these scenes. Because back then I wasn't rendering it in parts. I actually had camera switches happening. And everything was rendered as one video, and there was no layers, there was nothing, and yeah, it was just horrible. Yeah, brother, definitely. I mean, we all start somewhere. I didn't start off with this great renders. I mean, I saw stuff that I did a while ago. Where was this? This was also a while ago. This was actually done quite a while ago. Um, but you know, stuff like I'm trying to find something here that's pretty old. Uh, Stuff like this, man. I mean, this is how I used to do my commercial renders. Um, and this was what I was doing for turntables, man. It was horrible. Absolutely freaking appalling. But yeah. I didn't know much, and I was still, you can see the flickering. I was using CapCut, one of CapCut's editors, to add the flickering and everything. Um, Man, yeah, I feel kind of bad, but yeah, that's where I started out. Yeah, it looked horrible, brother. Um, like here, I was using standard sceneries from Keyshot to kind of do my renders. This is where I started. I mean, this was done, yeah, 2 years, not even 2 years ago, August 2020, 2023, August. So a year and a couple months ago. Um, but yeah, it was horrible. I can't believe I sent that stuff to clients, but yeah, here was also another one that I did after the fact that before I figured out the glaze and everything. I was doing glaze like this. I mean, it's not great. If I go, oh wait, no, this one, like the glares are not that great. But that's how you learn. You learn, you improve, make stuff better, and then yeah. I mean, if I take, what was this? No, that was not what I'm looking for. But there's stuff in here that I did for clients a while ago as well, and oh man, like this stuff. We all know this scenery. It was also horrible. Um, like was not good quality at all. And yeah. And even, did my rendering continue? No. And even if I go to, oh shit, I've got everything open here. Even if I go to like this, comparing it to a more recent thing that I did, which was this. I mean, that's a day and night difference. Yeah, I actually did. I made this, what do we call it? I made this video from that set. I did this not too long ago. And, yeah. We all start somewhere. What the hell was that? But yeah, we all start somewhere. And we build up from that. Any case. All right, I think that is looking pretty nice. Maybe still a bit much. Oh wait, I'm adjusting the wrong stuff. Maybe still a bit much. That's too little. I think that'll be good. Let me get our music back here. Cause, yeah. Oh wait, we finished our render, I think. Let's go and see if that thing even worked. So should be in here for final. Just drag this in and see if this worked. I sure hope it did. Yeah, we got a transparent video. No, don't worry about it, brother. It happens sometimes. Please don't, because then I'm sitting here talking to myself the whole time. So please feel free to message, bro. Keeps me company, keeps me going. It's just my ADHD gets the best of me sometimes. I think this one can have a little bit more. Just a tad more reflection, so let's back up on this just slightly. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks good. Not too much that it's overwhelming, just a here and there, which I like. All right, so let's pre-compose this. And this is going to be part 2. Let's pre-compose this. Well, let's just get rid of that part. Let's pre-compose this as well. Part 1. And then we got these things together. Now I can add a final or post. Post. There you go. We'll just add that one in there. And then let's create a new compilation with these things. So I just want to close out all these other things that's not necessary. Let's go new composition, 1080, that's fine. Background color. No, wait, I have to start a new composition with part 1. And then edit this composition. Oh man, I didn't have to. Okay. Anyways. 15 seconds. Boom. All right. Let's take this goes final. And let's bring in post number 2's post. Boom. Put that right there. And then let's go here. Go to the 7-second mark. Yeah, that's there. Bring this down and just select those and say easy ease. And then for this one, we'll literally do just the reverse of that. And easy ease. Let's see kind of what we're working with here. Actually, I want to bring this there we go. I think that'll be a nice transition. Now don't need to take this away from there. All right, awesome. So that works. I actually like this pendant. It looks super nice, super clean. Yeah, I think I like the transition. Yeah. All right. Let's go Control Alt M. Let's see if this works. I'm trying to add it to the media encoder queue. But yeah, once that is done, then we are probably going to be done for tonight. I try to keep the streams to an hour and a half. But yeah, so do you guys have any questions or anything? Something that was unclear of what we did today with the sparkling, or maybe something that you couldn't see? I tried to cover everything, but yeah, we'll have to see final. Just render that out. And yeah, let's head back to here. So yeah, that was basically adding the glares and everything and how I did it. I hope this video helped some of you guys, or the stream helped you guys to kind of get an idea. You can always go back on my YouTube and rewatch it and follow along if you want to add some glares. The only thing that I want to say that is important to take from this, if I were to take the important steps that can provide some issues, is when you're rendering out your scene, make sure you have your diamond set in a separate layer. If you're just using refraction, then that's fine. And a quick tip, if you will, if you're rendering out a ring that has a big center stone and a bunch of small side stones, put the center stone in a different layer than your side stones, right? And the reason for this is because when you're doing your star glow, you don't want, or your sapphire effects, you don't want the same settings for your center stone than what you're doing on your small stones, because it tends to make it look worse. So put it on a separate thing. You can render, if you're comfortable with EXR, you can do that. I use TIFF. I want to go over to EXR just for the ease of managing the files, because I've got like, I don't know, freaking some scenes I've got 9 different freaking layers that I have to do separately, and it just takes up a lot of space. So I'd rather just do a single file with EXR and use the extractor, but I need to go play around with that. But yeah, so keep your stuff in layers. And make sure you have a bright pin in your scene when you're rendering, a small bright pin or a couple of them, because what you want to do is, how Starglow works is it works off of your highest white value of pixel, and you want that high value rather to cause your sparkling, not the entire scene. And this will allow you, when you're doing your threshold or your levels, to filter out a lot of the stuff so you don't have an overwhelmingly amount of glares or sparkling or whatever you want to call it. The actual name for it's actually scintillation. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Then when you're working in After Effects, you can work in 8-bit and 16-bit. It does work. However, I've found that I've got a lot more control if I have a higher bit depth, because I can control the amount of glaze a lot more. So I work in a 32-bit space. And if you're unsure, I'm sure quick Google, you'll figure out how to change your color depth to 32-bit. It's super simple. You go to your preferences, your color, or your project settings, you go to color, and you change that to 32-bit. You can also pick the linearized color workspace or something like that. And then, yeah, when you're doing your Starglow, if you just add Starglow and you up the threshold and there's still too much glares, put a levels adjustment before your Starglow. So then you can just up the input white on it to control the amount. So that is the biggest things I would say that's going to influence your stuff on how you're getting your glares. So yeah, guys, I hope this live has been helpful. And I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I've got a very busy weekend ahead of me. But yeah, you guys must have an awesome weekend, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Cheers, and go forth and conquer with confidence.